One of the most common questions asked is, how do I get better at aiming in Valorant? Aim is important, but a lot of the problems I see from others being unable to climb almost have nothing to do with aim. It comes from poor decision making and not working with the advantages that they have. So I decided to make a quick video which will explain the decision making that I have, an Immortal player, and why it's important to rotate. This is easy stuff to understand, and it will sound obvious, but by just applying this to your gameplay, I know you will climb. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the clip here, and just so you know, right now we know that there are two on site at least, two of the three people. It is 3v3. We just lost our Reyna, and we know that it's at least two people on site since we see the slow orb and we see Jet on the minimap. She's throwing knives. She's the one who killed our Reyna on site. So that's the information that we have to work with right now. So this is the number one mistake that I see, because after this point, right, you'll always see these people trying to brute force their way through like these chokes. I know this is old split, but it doesn't matter. The little width doesn't, it's still the same concept. They try to brute force and take these aim duels, and these are 50-50 at best. And maybe even 70-30 in some other cases, and I'll tell you what I mean by that, okay? So if you imagine this scenario right now, and imagine if we try and brute force our way through B main, right? We know that there is at least two people on site. There could be a third. We don't actually know that now, and as you'll see later in the clip, there actually was a third. We know that there's at least two people here. So should we push in? No, because in this case, like if they know we're all pushing in through B main, it is 70-30 at best, because they could be in holding different angles, like on rafters, on hell, and Chet could have repositioned after the smoke. We don't know, right? So they're just holding this choke on B main. They can spam util if they want, and we're all just coming in through there. And then I've seen this many different times, and I'm sure you guys have too in your games. Everyone all goes in, and they get mowed down from three different angles, right? And then there's that one doofus who says, what happened? How did we lose that? Like, it happens all the time, right? So I'm going to show you the alternative and what you can do instead, and what you should do instead. Okay, so I need everyone who's viewing this video to think about all the information or intel you see in this clip from the attacker's perspective. I'm going to go ahead and fill the gaps and give context on what you don't see. It's really important to always assess the information that you have to make the better decisions. Do not rush things. So in this clip, I'll give you like an example of like things that you don't see. Like both sages will have res here, right? And I'm going to show you like exactly like what my decision making is here, okay? So after our Killjoy dies here, we know that two are on B, right? So I'm going to go ahead and fake take the orb to try and get the trade on Jet, which I do. And immediately after, we're going to go ahead and make the call to rush A, to rotate to A. We res the Raze instead of the Killjoy, obviously, because she's safe. She's away from like their line of sight, and we're able to res her safe, right? But right away after this, we also see, wait for it, a flash on the map. A flash on the map from Reyna, right? Reyna's near side always shows up on the minimap. So we know that there are three people on B right now. So immediately I'm like, oh, rush, right? So we're going to go ahead and make the rotation to A. And now I want you guys to think about what happens after. Think about it from the defender's perspective. Now, instead of like taking into them as the attackers, they're retaking into you, right? Because now they don't know where exactly you are positioned post-plant, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and plant the bomb. Worst case scenario, by the way, Reyna could have been like mid, or they could have sent one back. But again, since she showed on the map, we know that she's not here. But worst case scenario, we take a 3v1 and then we try and get the trade. And then we're still like in a 2v2, which is like not the worst thing, right? Because then they're still playing post plant. And now think about it. Look at the mini map right now. We have control of screens. We have control of ramps in heaven. And then we have me on site planting the bomb, right? Now, if you didn't know this, it takes around 45 seconds for the bomb to detonate after you plant, so to blow up, right? It takes 7 seconds to defuse. Now, they're running all the way from B once they hear the plant sound. It takes 4 seconds to plant, and they only have a few seconds to clear all the angles. They can't clear all the angles, because if they do that, most likely the bomb will detonate. So it'll take them like around, like, let's say, like 13 seconds to like run back. So as you will see, this is what happens. Now, they have to try and clear all the angles. They don't know where we are right? And since they're running back, we know where they're coming from. Like, we will know where they're coming from. So we know where they are now, right? So it's kind of unfortunate. You'll see our Sage die here on the minimap. So they do clear her out. That's the first angle they decide to clear. Wait for it. Boom. Reyna clears it. But now, as you will see, I don't have insane aim or anything here, right? Reyna has to clear hell here. So she jumps down and she's like, oh, he might be hell, right? They don't know I'm still on site. They don't know our Raze actually pushed heaven here, right? So she's in heaven. They don't know I'm on site, and I'm just shooting her in the back. Now, this is really important on why I think, again, aim is like not just the only thing that matters. It is a big, important thing, but most of the kills you'll see in higher rated gameplay is people getting shot in the back. Because of, like, again, they have to make a choice whether they're here or not, and then if they make the wrong choice, they just get shot in the back, right? It's not just like head-on aim duels. So again, I shoot her in the back. Now Jet tries and gets a trade. Not insane aim. I shoot her like 4 times in the leg. We both mess up, right? Again, this is an example of both players not having insane aim. And then the other one must be screen here. So I peek, and I actually die. I hit her for 120 though, right? But again, since they don't know where our Raze is, she's able to go ahead and get the trade, and we win the round, right? All of that because we rotated. If we imagine now in other games, and I know you guys have experienced this too, even in my games nowadays, people will just run in, lose a round, and they'll be dumbfounded, right? They'll just try and gamble the round and take these aim duels. If we did that, we probably would not have won this round, and all these rounds do add up. So it's really important that you always think about all the information that you have and make the best decision possible. Don't just like autopilot and just try to like win aim duels. Think about ways, this is like chess, think about ways to like outplay your opponent. And all these outplays you'll see will not just be aim like hitting insane shots. It might be just out-rotating them on the map and just taking map control over them. And that's what I have for you today. Let me know if you guys liked this video. And make sure that you go ahead and like the video for the YouTube algorithm and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos. And another thing, if you made it to the end of this video, type no aim, all brain in the comment section so I know you're a real one. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Any feedback, anything like that, leave it in the comments. See you later, guys.